What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have an amazing news. Finally we have an official PR statement from NBH Hydrocarbons. I will show you what is this statement about and I will show you my point of view on this entire story. On top of that, I will show you that, we have an increasing tensions inside the MMTLP community, and one side of the community tries to say that the other side is lying to shareholders, but instead of showing some evidence and making some steps towards the resolution, in my opinion, they do nothing rather than just making these statements. And to be honest, it is not the good actions from the MMTLP community members, but at the same time, guys, you can decide whether or not you want to follow certain part of the community. And before we dive deep into all of these, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. On top of that, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And guys, for now, you can join my Patreon account, you can join two tiers of my Discord group. One of them costs you $50 a month, and you will have 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call once a month. But if you join with the gold tier, you will have a weekly one-on-one training session with me for just $150 a month. And guys, to be honest, this is the most popular tier for my patrons right now, and let me show you a sneak peek on the most recent activity in the Discord group. Just recently I published the recap of the week of July 28th through August the 3rd, and let me quote you this. On Monday, I prepared a list of 13 tickers that looked most promising for short positions. As of August the 6th, 10 of them delivered returns ranging from 0.33% to 24.4%, an average profit of 6.1%, while only 3 tickers showed a potential loss between 0.85% and 1.74%, an average loss of 1.22%. More detailed information is available in the attached images. And you can see that I made this call on July 28th, and I wrote, here's a list of tickers that might present shorting opportunities. Please remember, this is not a blind trade signal. Further technical analysis is required before taking actions. And here is the list of the tickers that gained substantial profits. It is 10 of them, and only 3 went in completely opposite direction. I also gave a direct short scalping recommendation on Tesla and Oracle. Both brought an average profit of around 1.5%. In addition, I identified one ticker suitable for a medium-term short position. If you'd like to know which company that is, join my Patreon. As usual, I provided a detailed market overview and analyzed the following tickers: SPY, BBAI, NOV, UNP, NEO, UAA, and CRWV. So guys, if you want to be a part of this amazing community, join my Patreon. So guys, and let's begin today's video with this tweet that was written by Junk Savvy. She wrote this: NBH Hydrocarbons releases PR announcing the execution of a new funding agreement. PR indicates the funding will be used to participate in drilling of the partner prospect in Louisiana, clear a $2 million debt, and fund litigation. After 11 rounds of comments, SEC has yet to approve S1 share offering filed in January of 2023. And she added the link to this document, and here is this document in details. I want to pay your attention to just a couple of paragraphs. First of all, the total amount of capital that they want to raise, and they already raised, is $6 million, and they intend to spend it for a drilling prospect, for a drilling working interest in the partner prospect, and on top of that they want to pay back $2 million. Guys, let me show you the breakdown of this PR statement from ChatGPT. Here's the positive points for the company. Successful capital rise, $6 million, shows that private equity investors are still willing to fund next breach, which is a sign of confidence. And guys, this is a very important and, in my opinion, very positive sign. Second, drilling participation. A partner prospect, so-called partner prospect. The money allows them to take a part in a potentially valuable exploration project in Louisiana. This could mean future revenue if drilling is successful. Very important statement, very important add-on, if drilling is successful. And I will show you some additional details about this prospect. Debt reduction, $2 million. Using part of the funds to retire a third-party debt improves the balance sheet. Number 4, no insider enrichment. They explicitly state that none of these funds will go to repay CEO Greg McCabe personal loans, which helps reduce concerns about conflict of interest. And guys, I will also show you some interesting point of view in regards to these $2 million and to the debt that, well, on the one hand it was repaid, but on the other hand, I will show you my thoughts within just several minutes. So, next one, cautionary points. Debt financing, not equity rise. This is private equity debt financing, so it increases liabilities. Depending on the terms, interest, repayment schedule, it may create pressure later. Number 2, ongoing litigation and SEC restatements. Part of the money is going to just keep the company compliant and deal with lawsuits, which signals continuing financial and legal strain. 3. No production and revenue details yet. This capital rise only funds participation in the drilling. Whether that translates into oil production and cash flow is uncertain. And here is the bottom line. Short term, positive, keeps the company alive, reduces some debt, allows participation in a potentially valuable drilling project. Long term, neutral to cautious, since it's debt financing and much of the money is embarked for compliance and litigation, investors will still be watching whether the partner prospect actually delivers revenue. And guys, this is very important to see. On the first hand, it is very good that, well, at least NextBridge Hydrocarbons is a live company and they published this PR statement. But on the other hand, we don't have any, let's say, roadmap how they will add the intrinsic value to the company in order to support existing shareholders. And we know that previously Greg McCabe, when the when they lost the Orogrande leases, Greg McCabe transferred some assets from his another company to NBH. But at the same time, guys, we don't know anything about the value of these assets. And let me show you quite interesting update about the litigation processes. Junk Savvy wrote this tweet, wait a second, on August 21st, just less than 24 hours ago. And she wrote this: wreck the narrative number 6782. Demonstrably false information has been spread on X regarding the 1209 Pro Se lawsuits against Greg McCabe, officers and directors, and NextBridge Hydrocarbons. XTD narrative: 1209 lawsuits are not costing NBH a dime. D&O Insurance pays for it. Twice they requested funding from insurance in the Meta Materials BK proceedings. Truth: on January 21st, 2025, Meta trustee filed an ex parte motion to advance insurance monies to provide legal funds to NBH officers and directors, past and present, who are named defendants in the Target class action lawsuit. The claims against them encompass events prior to the spin-out of the oil and gas assets into an independent company, when NBH was a subsidiary of Meta Materials and rightfully covered under Meta D&O Insurance. No funds were distributed to fund defense in 1209 Pro Se lawsuits. And she added the links to the court listener webpage that prove her statement. Another truth: on June 19, 2025, Meta trustee filed an ex parte motion to advance insurance monies to provide legal funds to Meta officers and directors past, who are named defendants in various 1209 Pro Se lawsuits and the Bartok derivative suit. Target had been dismissed at the time of this filing. for alleged wrongful acts in connection with their service as officers and directors of metamaterials. This motion did not include NBH or its officers and directors past or present. And she also added two links to the court listener web pages. Another truth. Today's NBH press release states that a portion of the funds raised through the private equity debt funding shall be for costs associated with certain previously disclosed litigations. Facts about director and officer insurance. Directors and officers insurance is not unlimited. Policies typically have specific coverage limits, which are the maximum amounts an insurer will pay for claims. These limits vary based on the policy, the size of the company, and the risks involved. Policies often include deductibles or self-insured retentions, meaning the insured must pay a portion of legal fees out of pocket before coverage kicks in. Legal fees may not be covered for claims excluded by the policy, such as fraud, intentional misconduct, or claims not covered under the policy's scope. For example, bodily injury or property damage. Next one. If a deductible or self-insurance retention for a director's and officer's insurance policy is high, the company, directors or officers can choose to pay the legal fees themselves instead of relying on the insurance coverage. Conclusions. No NBH or its directors and officers past or present did not file to receive Meta's D&O insurance payments for legal fees associated with 1209 Pro Se lawsuits. No, D&O insurance does not necessarily pay for all legal fees associated with the 1209 Pro Se or other lawsuit defense. Yes, 1209 Pro Se lawsuits and others currently or will require NBH to its directors and officers past or present to expend monies according to recent NBH PR. NBH sought funding in part to pay for costs associated with certain previously disclosed litigation. Lie and get wrecked. Do your own research and confirm these findings for yourself. We are not going away. So, quite good statement, but we have an answer. We have an answer from Jennifer Vitrana, and she wrote this. So, I'm going to push back to Junk Savvy. According to my research on AI Copilot, verify everything with your own research. This is an example that you can't believe what you read from people that act as proxies. Miscellaneous application number 1574 in Metamaterials bankruptcy case Nevada, and here's the number for this case. On page 2 of the court order, docket 1574, the following language appears. Greg McCabe, Robert L. Cook, Clifton Dubose, Joseph D. Woody, Delvina Olkers, Maya Pitts, Christian Whitney, Lucas Hawkins, or any other insureds are not precluded from at any time by motion on further stipulation, seeking further access to this or other insurance policies. And in this stipulation section, page 4 of docket 1568, it states, the insurance policy extends coverage to these individuals insured because they are former executives and or employees, as defined in the insurance policy of the debtor or its subsidiaries, or were prospective directors or officers or executives of NBH post spin-off. This includes Greg McCabe, who is described as chairman of NextBridge Hydrocarbons and former executive of Metamaterials. Because the AIG policy defines insured person to include former executives of the named entity or its subsidiaries, and because McCabe held such roles, the court approved his access to defense cost advancements under the policy. And here is the comment from Platinum Sparkles. And by the way, the wait a second, part of this tweet that was written by Junk Savvy was addressed to Platinum Sparkles statements. And he wrote this 11 hours ago. Her post is implying that I said the coverage was unlimited. I never said that. Obviously, there is a limit of $2.5 million, and he's also covered under NBH D&O insurance. Plus, he made how much from 7 MMTLP? Here you can see the screenshot of the official statement of NBH Hydrocarbons, previous statement, I would say. On top of that, wait a second, we have another comment, at this time from Scott Trott, and he wrote, yes, Junk Savvy, we do our own homework while you have Wes Christian holding your hand in the instant legal analysis. As you claim that outstanding insider privilege with him, we instead deal in the hard facts. So, more self-dealing between John Burda and Greg McCabe. 6 millions from who? We will not find out who. Reference docket number 2041 in the MMTLP bankruptcy case. Think it might be the people already under SEC charges for committing warrant and short relations in 10 other companies. Or is it the company providing Wes with $11 million in funding that he will not disclose who the source is in the MMTLP bankruptcy? You think with football numbers like that any shareholder at the grass will ever see a payday? Yeah, this is the NBH death spiral in a full display. The only reason it's not in bankruptcy yet is because that would open McCabe's books, which he obviously won't do, and ignores shareholders' request for them. When annual shareholders meeting, and we overdue. And guys, it is very difficult to argue with these statements as well. On top of that, Lisa Young responded to this. I'm beginning to think this was a con on multiple fronts. And Scott Trott responded, you would not be wrong. Look at Burda and McCabe's past transgressions coupled with FINRA and SEC complicity in it all. When throw in the social media shills working for first TRCH and then NBH. And you have a perfect storm of ripoff. And guys, in a minute I will show you, well, partially the evidence that the debt was paid to the person who booked some filings in regards to the Orogrande Basin oil and gas assets. And right here, Scott Trott mentioned about John Burda and Greg McCabe's past transgressions. And here is the answer of John Burda. I had nothing to do with the funding, nor anyone I'm associated with. Greg is quite capable. So, this statement is crystal clear from John Burda, and at the same time we have quite interesting update in their case. I mean their George Palikars and John Burda case. And we know that SEC filed a case against them, and the main problem is that potentially these two people were involved in the illegal actions like pump and dump scheme in regards to MMTLP and MMAT companies. So, SEC versus Palikars and John Burda. Palikars files a notice of subpoena for TRCH relations with Hamilton Clark and KPMG. Is it smart to bring in more evidence to help the SEC's case against you? I will watch this go down in flames. Torch the CEOs. So guys, on the one hand, it is very interesting to see what will be the resolution in this case. But on the other hand, it is quite weird, to tell you the least, that George Palikars and John Burda files this notice of subpoenas, because it might expose them even more if they are guilty in this case. But on the other hand, it leads me to the conclusion that, well, they think or they have quite strong position in this case, and that is why they don't have to worry about this entire story, and that is why they do these actions. In my opinion, it is very interesting to take a look at this lawsuit even closer. And let me show you quite interesting update. Is it in general, is it a good or a bad PR statement? I'm sorry, is it a good or bad PR statement for the company in general? And Alia Iacta Est wrote this: they are doing a little drilling as per PR today. Call it an agile approach, but work to be done. We all agree here. And Aaron Cho wrote this: they are drilling 1/3 net of a natural gas well in Louisiana Parish that last appears to have had an active rig in 2019. Not going to move the needle much, a couple cents per share at most in terms of shareholder value, even if very successful. And guys, this person has a quite good expertise in the oil and gas industry, this statement will be proven only when we see first results or when we will not see these results. And Alia Acta Est wrote this. This I do not agree with. On paper, yes, but this is due to extreme interference by regulators and captured entities. However, the ball will be back in their court soon. It's all along and winding road. And Aaron wrote this. If the key issues are regulators and share counts, then oil and gas doesn't matter. Hunker down, minimize cost, and focus their efforts entirely on regulators, share count, etc. Instead, they are spend time and money on stuff that might add 2 cents per share in value if it works out. And Alia Acta Est wrote this, provides runway. As a shareholder, I am delighted. And Aaron answered, I suppose it is better than going bankrupt, and I totally agree with this. However, shareholders are in worse position now than in December of 2022. Since then, NBH share count has gone up by over 50%, while debt has gone up by roughly $20 million. Any potential settlement value per share is being reduced over time. And again, it is very difficult to argue with this statement because at the time of spin-off, the number of shares outstanding for the spin-off itself for MMTLP was 165 million shares, somewhere around this level. But for now, the total share count for the total shares issued by NextBridge is roughly 245 million. On top of that, guys, the total debt of NextBridge Hydrocarbons, according to their own quarterly report, is more than $50 million at this very point. On top of that, guys, it is just increased by $6 million. And to be honest, it is quite debatable action because they pay just $2 million of debt, but they increase the debt by $6 million. This means the net increase of their debt is $4 million. And guys, how this action might be a positive sign. But the quite interesting question, who was paid with these $2 million? Here's quite interesting example. And first of all, I want to pay attention to the tweet that was written by Jen Capella. And you know that just, I would say a couple of weeks ago, Jeff Davis wrote that Greg McCabe, let me show you this screenshot, not Greg McCabe, yes, Greg McCabe quit from NextBridge Hydrocarbons, and Jeff Davis wrote, "No beans to spill, it's over, McCabe quit, per my sources, but you know that, you just aren't telling people." And this statement was made by him on August the 9th. And the second screenshot that Jen added to her tweet is following. Trot knows the company is bankrupt. And she wrote the following. Wait, what? I thought NextBridge was bankrupt. McCabe quit and it's over. Weird. And here's the comment from Jeff Davis himself. Private equity debt financing. Lol. Sure. By the way, sign up for free account for access to Louisiana land records. Search for McCabe NextBridge or Wildcat partner. You will find nothing. If your lease and land transactions aren't recorded at parish clerk houses, they never happened. Per state of Louisiana, they never did. And he added the link to prove his statement, and he added this. You people will fall for anything. So, again, it is very important to rely on the opinion of the people who has a quite high level of expertise in this field. And this statement is very severe. This second, I would say, crucial statement from Jeff Davis. And well, another tweet, let me show you somewhere here. Here is the tweet that he wrote in response to NextBridge Hydrocarbons PR statement. 0 assets, 0 revenue, 0 cash flow, 0 full-time employees, 0 credibility, 0 stock value, $50 million in debt. And again, it is difficult to argue with this statement, but at the same time, guys, take a look the rumors. For now, I believe it is just rumors, but who was paid, who received these $2 million? And allegedly, C-Plant gets paid back. and here is the tweet from Sam IM. She wrote this: well, at least the plant gets paid back, so that leaves $4 million. It's better than a few hundred thousands they had left, but $4 million minus expenses and plug-in wells divided by 65,000 shareholders is what? Hooray for $6 million in new debt. And she added this: the plant is breathing a sigh of relief and buy new cowboy boots. He's been making $10,000 a month as a consultant, and now he can get his $2 million back plus $240,000 plus $240,000. While you all were sitting on spaces for years, the plant just earned more than some of your house's costs. And guys, for now it is just well, it is just rumors, but allegedly this payment of $2 million corresponds with this statement that was made in the official PR statement that, well, that was disclosed previously, not PR statement, but I believe it was their earnings report, Next Bridge Hydrocarbons report, and you can find the information that the plant gave $2 million loan to Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, and this is how he paid back. Well, I believe it is quite interesting, but this information needs to be well, we need to prove this information. But for now, I can see that a lot of actions are happening, and on top of that, we have a lot of actions in our litigation processes. And in general, it is very interesting to watch closer for the type of actions that are happening right now. And in my opinion, one way or another, we will find the truth, and believe me, I think it will happen in foreseeable future. In best case scenario, I believe it will happen before the end of this year. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you, and if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad.